that I hold, yeah, I got those. It's the playoffs, the team just got home. We ain't going outside when it matter most. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic.
Going there like deposit. You don't really brag about it when you know you got it. Real hard to read a nigga hooked on phonics. Say a lot of things and never catch like Sonic. Zoom, I'm gone. When I'm in my zone and get it going Donkey Kong. They got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like.
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Throwing at the outset, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Hey, 43, 15.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
And he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What'd I do? Rocky. Too rocky.
I saw that. I got it. And, and right now, they're carrying it around like they are wearing boxing gloves. If we're going to have that kind of a reference, they've got to get it together and start playing a little bit better ball.
The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Mahomes to throw. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Mahomes. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there for KC. 68 yards. Patrick Mahomes, he can do everything seemingly, and that time he just reared back and let it fly. 1st and goal at the 1. Edwards-Helaire is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. Nice job of polishing off that drive, and all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril. Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Hurts to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Hurts. And one more time, that's Watkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right back to him for 10 more and a first. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 38. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Come on. Hey.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage. An even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in the game.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Pascal from 8 yards out. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. Mahomes looks to throw on third down. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And he is going to lose yardage here. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Hurts. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example. Another incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 2nd and goal. Hurts. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Touchdown, Eagles! Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles have moved out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Mahomes going to leave it with Edwards-Helaire on the draw. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Mahomes now on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes, screen play, McKinnon. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On first down, Hurts. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins.
Let's go now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
On the check.
2nd and 10. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. Tackle made there by Frank Clark. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's got a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first. And how about this, a fake? Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, sometimes the fake punts work out. They're fun, and you're so smart for doing it. And sometimes, Charles, what happens is an epic fail, and what we just saw was an epic fail.
And you're right about that, because the key here is the element of surprise. You have to catch a defense completely unaware that this might happen, this might occur. Unfortunately, somehow they tipped it off, or they were just well coached and on their toes.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
From the 41, Mahomes. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, and have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. First target, first catch, and a first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Let's go.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the fourth down conversion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Here comes Sanders on the toss right. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Big stop from a guy who can bring a big hit, Nick Bolton.
So with your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. 9 yards on the carry there, but it will be 4th down now. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. The kick by Elliott is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Mahomes will throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This take it in at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On third down, they turn to Sanders. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Going for it with Sanders. And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. And his His kick is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
So it's the Eagles who will get the first chance to go down and find a winner as they'll get it here, and we are back underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a first throw here in overtime. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Cut, ready?
Play action. Here's Hurts. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 12 more yards there and another first down.
When teams have a tough time running the ball as this one has throughout this game, it's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rock.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. What a huge takeaway for this defense, the interception on the opening drive of overtime.
What an absolute disaster of a time for his first interception of the game, because throughout the game, he's made sure to keep the ball away from the other team. He's done a nice job of that. Here, the interception pops up, and now, on the other side of the field, all they're thinking, get 3, and we go home.
First throw of overtime for Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit. Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mahomes. And that is nearly intercepted. Oh, that would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, it's just second down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
But not much on that run, Charles. No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or 2, but it's no good as it stands. And we will play on here in overtime. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. One overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment.
Come on. Hey.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll run with Sanders, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. They've got it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. Sanders, and he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. So it's the Eagles who get the win here. And the guy who really led the way was their quarterback, CD, and that's Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, he really had his A game tonight. He threw a couple of touchdown passes, and he's instrumental in earning this victory.
Come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the long